Alright, I'm gonna make a video. I'm driving into work. Couple of things. Been pretty tired lately. My body schedule doesn't really go on like the clock schedule. So right now it's 4:41 and to me it feels like about 12 p.m. The best time for me to sleep is between like 6 a.m. and like 12 p.m. and I hardly ever get to sleep the time I want. It's like my body wants to stay up all night no matter what I do. So I don't fight it anymore, I just stay up. So I kind of like nap. I sleep like 2 hours here, 2 hours there. I used to get really stressed about not being able to sleep, but now I just accept it. Some days I only sleep like 3 hours, 2 hours, or I just get naps. Anyways, things have been pretty like traumatic lately. I have to commute a lot across the city to take care of my family, and it's been like, you know, I drive probably 15 to 20 hours a week, maybe 2-3 hours a day some days, and it's just really exhausting. And the way people drive around here is really stressful. It's just people drive in a crazy rush, and everybody's ready to cut you off if you hesitate, and everybody's driving like really close to the back of you. And I've just had a lot of like near misses and a lot of scene accidents where people actually were ejected from the car. I saw a car flip over a fence, and I just keep like almost getting hit in traffic. It's just awful, and I really don't sleep, and I think it's like driving like revs up my adrenaline really bad. Like the city traffic is just nasty, and I can't even get on the highway, so the highway is just as bad or worse. So in the city, at least I know like where the places are that people will cut me off, and like where the crosswalks are, and where people are likely to go crazy. So we're past peak now with the leaves. We're losing a lot of foliage now. Kind of just driving around in circles right now. So yeah, back to the trauma. So my family has been like very affected by like alcoholism, and it seems to be like my karma that I keep getting stuck, like kind of, it's just an issue that keeps coming up for me. Not that I'm stuck with it, but kind of is in my face. And I just can't really keep up with all, like there's just like several situations going on all at the same time, and it's kind of like me getting the rug pulled out from underneath my feet. And at the same time kind of like trying to give support when I don't really have support. So I've been like crashing like a lot. I crashed out really bad. So in between crashing, I'm trying to get as much done as I can. And you know, I have this like ability to let things go, and that's what I've been trying to do, and I would recommend it. There's a lot of different paths to letting go. One thing I found was that I read this book called Letting Go, and it helped a lot. I used to listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer. He helped a lot too. So I realized that, you know, if you're hanging on to a lot of baggage, you really can't open your eyes because you'd be all stuck in it. And I think that's part of like the media's like agenda, is behind the mainstream media we've got this stickiness. It keeps you in the mud, you know? And I would rather be swimming than walking through mud. So I think that the whole thing is to keep you stuck. And so if you can let go of as many attachments as you can, even attachments to like comic books, sports, music, like all these things are just things to keep you like hung up and stuck and nostalgic and on repeat. They really just want you to do the same things on repeat like every single day. So I mean, if I'm gonna do the same thing on repeat every single day, it's gonna be getting up in the morning and milking my cow and picking fucking fresh peas out of my garden or something, you know? So, you know, I have like a major plan that I feel like everything's gonna come together. It just is gonna take some time. So, but the more people that I can get to help, people that want to do this anyway, it will go a lot faster. Oh, don't hit the lady. People are crazy. Whoa. 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 Hello. You don't even expect it at this time of day, but there's a church over here and everybody's trying to go to church all at the same time. And I'm just like joyriding and these people are like just in my way. Pretty funny. There's actually a house over here that I really like, and I kind of like want to buy the house, but it's not for sale. But it's kind of like the house that I picture is like the house I'm gonna get someday. Anyway, so like my major plan will kind of involve like letting go of the trauma as well, because I feel like gardening therapy really is helpful, and just being able to focus on growing things helps you let go of so much trauma. And, you know, I have a lot of people that are in my life that have had much more serious trauma affect them than myself. And those are people that have inspired me by overcoming it and going on to do things that are amazing and doing things that make them feel whole and happy and, you know, on purpose. And I think that all of us like have just like a basic purpose to just find our own like free will, our own free spirit, and just do whatever makes us feel free. That's like your own truth. Like if you don't find that, then you really are stuck in the program. You're just doing like whatever, you're just mindless, you know? So if I can find enough people to get together with me, like I just want to start a farm and grow things and raise my own animals and, you know, produce my own herbs and vegetables. And, you know, I've actually studied a lot about nutrition, biohacking. I've studied a lot about horticulture, botany. I worked for a greenhouse for 10 years. You know, if I can get enough people together, I want to grow everything, not just like vegetables, flowers for bouquets, like herbs for healing, make tinctures, soaps. You know, these are things that I just do for myself anyway, that I could do on a larger scale if I had more people. And there's people that need work, that don't have work. There's land that needs to be used that isn't used. There's greenhouses that sit unused. There's seeds that sit unused. Like, we can grow food for free. And there's even some kind of program where people can start to grow hemp, like funded by the government. So that's something that I'd really like to look into. Maybe that would be a way to just, you know, if we grow the hemp, then we can make the materials to build like homes or build like, you know, other things. But we all got to get out of the program so that we can survive, because the way things are set up, it's like you end up having to pay for things that should be free. So, you know, a barter and trade system might be better for all of us. And, you know, I'm not against the idea of some kind of like, you know, commune or whatever until we get it all together. My friends all call me a hippie because like I try to like just have a different attitude. I'm trying to think of a way out of this that I can have space for my whole family and all my loved ones. I don't want to have just like my own box. I don't want to live in an apartment in front of a computer screen all my life. I feel like I could actually manage a lot more if I had like some space and some freedom and just the great outdoors, you know? And about the alcohol, like it's just there are ways to achieve the same effect that alcohol gives you without having to have something toxic. You know, cat's claw. There are a lot of things that affect GABA in your brain that you don't need to drink alcohol to feel, relax, to reduce anxiety, to trigger sleep. There are a lot of herbs that can help. And if anybody out there needs help with getting off of alcohol or opiates, or help with nutrition, or, reducing symptoms through herbal means, I can point you in the right direction, and I can also give you a lot of advice, because I've had my own chronic pain to manage and my own symptoms to manage, and I've found that herbal means are a lot better way to go than trying to use conventional medicine. If anybody's interested in an herb called kratom or kratom, I don't know if you've heard of it, but that is something that actually really helps with a lot of things, and a lot of people say it helps them get off of alcohol and opiates. I can definitely help you with that. I would consider myself a kratom expert. I can't say too much about it because it is banned in some states, unfortunately. So in my state, actually, medical marijuana is legal, and we have recreational marijuana is decriminalized. So if you do happen to get caught, which is really unlikely, but if you're really just being like obnoxious out in the open and maybe like messing with a cop, they could give you a ticket for $100. But most people around here, like, you can get a caregiver, so you don't have to buy from the dispensary, and your caregiver will provide you your medicine. So that's helpful. Where am I going? I'm just driving around. So anyway, look, I wrote something down to say. What else was I going to say? So yeah, I was talking about like the media keeping you stuck, and I just think that a lot of the advertisement keeps you stuck because it tries to like make you think you need things that you don't need, makes you want to buy things you don't really need to buy, and I think that the whole point is that they want to stop you from moving forward, because if they can get you in some kind of like routine where you're just, doing the whole get with the program, doing the same thing every single day, working to hopefully retire someday, they got you. They completely got you. And there has to be some way where we can have our own freedom. So anyway, do everything that you can to keep yourself unstuck. And that can be different for everybody. Some of the things that I do to keep unstuck is I watch podcasts that reaffirm the things that I know to be true. I listen to people that agree with the same things that I agree with, and that, we share a consensus on a lot of topics. And then we also expand our minds. There are a lot of things that you can do. You can work on your health and work on your body, just trying to keep your own body healthy. That's a huge part of it. Keeping your relationships healthy, keeping in touch with your friends and family, that's really important. Just keep moving forward. Do whatever you have to do. And if you're stuck in any kind of situation, please reach out for help. There's help for everything out there. If anything you're going through, if you think you're alone, you're not. There's always people out there that have probably gone through something like you've gone through, and that you can reach out to. Let's see. So I was considering doing some art. I'm not any kind of professional artist, but I do enjoy crafty stuff. And there's one thing that I've done before, which is paint kindness stones, and I could do that. I've got some flat rocks at home and paints, and I was thinking that I could, instead of writing kindness notes on the stones, I was thinking that I could write research flat earth, and then put a sticker on the back that says Mad Mike's website, or infiniteplainradio.com, or something similar, or advertise each other's YouTube channels. And if I could make a bunch of them, then I could send some out to Cam B for his table. And you know, like I think that I could leave the rocks like around areas where people would find them, and I could write like research flat earth on the rock, and then, you know, other messages like that. Maybe that would like catch people's attention that wouldn't otherwise see that. There's a few things that I could make, but yeah, so it's a process though. So I'm trying to get back on my feet after all the stress that I've had, and you know, with the holidays coming up, I'm just kind of trying to like just avoid most of it. Like, I don't like the hustle and bustle of the holidays. It's really annoying, and it's just, it gets crazy driving and everything. So I'm trying to just keep my own peace and stay relaxed and do the things that I need to do to stay balanced, because like if I don't stay balanced, then I can't take care of the people that I care about. So, you know, if I can't sleep, I nap. If I can't eat, I make it a priority to do that as soon as possible. So, let's see. So that's about it. Looks like my video is about 16 minutes right now, and it's getting dark. It was like the sun was setting when I left, but now it's starting to get dark, and I'm on my way to work. So, you know, it's a good thing that I have my favorite podcast to listen to, because distraction is a really good tool for like trying to let go. You know, otherwise, if I wasn't distracting myself with things that I enjoy and I'm interested in, then I might be going crazy from the symptoms that I have, and, you know, the depression that I might otherwise have if I didn't know that other people were there that share the same, you know, outlook as me. So it really makes a difference to me. It means a lot to me, because I didn't really have this before, and I feel like if I had had something like this 10 years ago, where I could get the interactive experience with people that are creating excellent content, then, you know, 10 years ago, I might have gone in a different direction. But at the same time, I tell myself, like, how is it that I've gotten this lucky that I've found even just some of the truth, way more than most people have ever seen. I don't know why, but can't stop, won't stop, right? So I should probably end this. So anyway, I'll probably link to my favorite websites down in the description. I'll try to like write down all my favorite podcasts and things like that, so you guys can go find them. All right, I'm gonna sign off for now, saying goodbye. Bye now.